There's been a lot of talk and a lot of disagreement in Washington these days, but one thing is clear: we need to strengthen our economy and spur job creation for the benefit of all Americans. One of the most effective ways we can do this is through tax reform. It's imperative that our political leaders find a way to get it done, because reforms that bolster U.S. competitiveness and update our antiquated international tax code are the key to a 21st century economy. Here's a sampling of some of our country's most prominent tax experts discussing the need for tax reform. We hope you'll join their ranks in urging Congress and the administration to act.
Taxes are too high, and we're not competitive around the world. We're the only country left with a worldwide system of taxation, and we do need to address that.
We essentially have a Neiman Marcus tax system in a world of Walmart tax systems. 75 countries have cut their corporate taxes in the last 5 years to make themselves more competitive than high-tax countries like the United States. But we also need to fix the structure of our system, move to a territorial system that only taxes domestic and doesn't tax foreign profits. The goal here should be to make U.S. companies more competitive globally, and ultimately that makes the U.S. economy more competitive globally as well.
Well, Cheryl, two things. First of all, if you look at the GDP growth over the next 5 years of $21 trillion, 85% of it comes from outside the U.S. Emerging countries is an area that we need to invest in, and if you're asking about, am I proud to be an American company, the answer is absolutely yes, and our government would help us invest more in the U.S. if they would get their act together in terms of tax reform and allowing us to bring back our foreign earnings just like every other developed country in the world does.
It's amazing, Larry. You go back 20 years ago or so, the United States actually had a corporate tax rate that was well below the international average. Now, as you just said, starting April 1st, we'll have the highest corporate income tax rate in the world. And the real, by the way, that means higher than France, higher than Germany, higher than China, Russia, Sweden. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
There is a growing consensus about what we ought to do. What we should do is get rid of some of the tax breaks, the preferences that are in the tax code, actually lower the marginal rates to create more economic growth and jobs. And every economist that looks at it, right, left, or center, says that our current code is inefficient, antiquated.
And they don't understand how uncompetitive the U.S. tax system is in the global economy. We have, as many people already know, the highest corporate income tax in the industrialized world, but we also have one of the most outmoded international tax systems of any country. And a lot of countries across the globe are cutting their corporate tax rates to be more competitive, and they're switching from an outmoded worldwide tax system to a more friendly territorial system in order to make not only their economy but their companies more competitive globally. We're simply outmoded.
We have the highest corporate tax rate in the entire developed world. We're missing out on all sorts of new investment, and most importantly, the jobs that come with it. When it comes to new investment, and that's what we really care about, because new investment means new jobs and job creation, when it comes to investment, what matters is that marginal tax rate. Our American businesses remain vulnerable as long as our rate remains high to takeovers by foreign companies.
Because it's not about raising taxes, it's about reforming our international taxes, frankly all of our taxes, but we're starting with this piece right now because we're really out of step with the rest of the world. We have virtually the highest corporate rate in the industrialized world. We're the only country left with this worldwide system, and it really penalizes companies that are doing business worldwide, that are American companies, to bring their money and their resources back to the U.S. and invest them here. They're penalized for doing that under our current system.